The battery is the heart of the vehicle, so to keep your testimonies vehicles running smoothly, your shop will need the right tools and equipment for full maintenance and repairs. In today's video, we'll be looking at recent trends in battery service tools, how these tools have adapted for hybrid and electric vehicles, and the considerations shops should keep in mind when looking to purchase this equipment. Here to discuss all this with me is Kim Cowell, President and CEO of Associated Equipment. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hey, Emily, thanks for having me.
Of course. So, can you tell me a little bit about what trends you've seen with battery service tools?
So I'm seeing trends in particular. I'm seeing where a lot of the technicians and the distributor jobbers are asking for vehicle reflash devices. So that's where basically you're able to hold an electrical current at a certain voltage and amperage so that they can reprogram the different modules in vehicles. And this is something that has been required for a while, but it's really starting to show up more in the aftermarket. We've been working a lot with the OEs in terms of when they were starting to integrate that into their vehicles and the battery manufacturers as well, so that we made sure that our products were designed to be programmable so that all the different vehicle requirements can be taken care of in one of our products that we offer. So that's a lot of what we've seen is the trend where, we've seen vehicle reflash. We're seeing it much more common in the aftermarket. A lot more of that happen in technician training. We're seeing a lot of demand for our variable voltage and amperage products because those are things where you can really key into what a particular vehicle's requirements are. And that particular product, our IBC 6008, can be used across a variety of fleet vehicles, different OE vehicles, because they all have a little bit of a different setting that they need depending on what they're trying to reflash.
It's so nice for them when they have that tool that's so versatile so that they can do everything that they need all in one and then not running back and forth to say, oh, I need this and I need this. Um, so, how have you seen battery service tools adapt to accommodate for hybrid and electric vehicles?
Well, I think, there's really for hybrid and electric vehicles, there's the portion of the battery, the high voltage battery or the traction battery. And I think that there is some trepidation among shop owners that may not have dealt with that in the past. But really, I think a lot of the trainers are coming out and helping shop owners and technicians understand that there's, quite a few more personal protection type requirements and safety requirements around personal safety, but that can be very easily and simply accommodated in the shops. There are a lot of suppliers that are providing that in a cost-effective manner. So I don't think shops need to be afraid of servicing EV and hybrid vehicles. The other thing is that for all of those vehicles, they still have a 12-volt starting battery or a secondary battery that oftentimes requires a jump start. Sometimes the traction battery goes dead. If the uh, starting battery is also dead, you need to be able to jump start it, or you can't even open the doors or the frunk in something like a Tesla. So, we are seeing battery tools change in terms of being able to accommodate both the newer high voltage systems as well as the traditional 12 volt.
And so, when it comes to thinking about all the various vehicles that they're going to have in their bays, how can shops really figure out what they need in their battery service tools? What considerations should they be keeping in mind when they're going out and purchasing this equipment?
So what we kind of talk to is is it what are you doing in your shops? Are you doing a lot of high-end import vehicles? Are you more of a truck, fleet diesel type operation? And many times for most shops, they're doing all makes and models, a big variety. And so a lot of what we have done is we work both with the OEs on the front end in terms of how they're designing their modules in, what their batteries that they're using. We also work with the battery manufacturers to understand what their charging requirements are and their curves. And then we also get a lot of feedback from shops and technicians. For example, when we first came out with automatic chargers, there's a lot of people don't like automatic chargers because they have to see a certain amount of voltage. So when we talk about that, we say, smart chargers are actually kind of dumb because if they don't see voltage, they think the battery's not there, and that can be voltage lower than 4 volts in a battery. So when we first started coming out with those types of products, we had a lot of technician feedback. So we built that in, engineered in like dead battery override, which you basically hold a switch down, it puts a surface charge on the battery, and then our chargers can automatically charge it. Technicians really love that feature because then they're not having to take the charger off, charge that battery, and then reset it up with the smart charger. And so we've had a lot of success with our smart chargers because we really focus on the professional technician and it's that voice of the technician. So based on that feedback, they really like those products because it meets their needs and it makes their jobs more efficient. We also then came out with these variable voltage products because again, all makes and models, you want to be able to do a high-end BMW, or you want to be able to do a Ford or any type of GM or any type of an import Japanese vehicle. All of the vehicles require some different level of voltage and amperage for vehicle reflash. We also integrated partial charge into our IBC chargers, again, based on shop owner and technician feedback. If you get a battery up to partial charge, then the technician can take the charger off the battery and the customer can take that vehicle home. The battery will top off as they're driving home. If it's a busy shop, they can turn that bay over quickly. So a lot of what we design our products again for is for that professional technician, and that's what we've really listened to is that feedback from those people because our market really isn't that DIY, or we're really looking for who are the true aftermarket service providers.
And it can be overwhelming when it comes to figuring out what your shop needs for tools and equipment. So it's so great when they have people such as Associated Equipment who are really the experts in the industry who can help guide them in the right direction.
Yeah, it's been really fun because the great part of being a company that makes product in America, we design our product here, is we're right where our customers are, and our customers are technicians. And they can give us ideas or say, hey, we want something that's a little bit different. And we can be nimble and make some changes because we have all of that in-house. So it's been a really fun formula for our company and partnering with a lot of the vehicle manufacturers but also the shops and the technicians. And for us, it's great because we get to provide them what they really want. I'm not trying to give them something they don't need.
So, have you seen any misconceptions about battery service tool and what they should be used for, how they should be used, what a shop might need to have on hand?
Yeah. I think the common misconception is that one that manual chargers are something that you shouldn't use in the market. We have manual chargers. A lot of shops need stuff that's just for AGM batteries. We have integrated settings into our manual chargers. That's kind of the meat of our technician market because we still make that product available. As well as having something that is long lasting for the technician, right? It's something that they can use and repair. We have people that bring product in that's 40 years old to get repaired. So that's something that I think we offer that's a little bit different and unique.
That's so awesome that it's it's something that can need repaired and it's not just a moment of, well, it broke, so now I need to go find a new one. It's got that longevity that I think, especially in this industry, is just so appreciated when you're not constantly having to go out and get a new tool because this one broke again or it's not working again and that puts them behind in a day.
Well, and that's, I think, a little bit different because I know sometimes there's a little bit of sticker shock with our products. But one of the great things is our products are almost 100% recyclable. They're, primarily steel, aluminum, and copper. That's what we make our products with. That's why we can supply repair parts, and that allows customers to easily replace the easily broken parts, things like switches. Why would you want to throw away an entire unit just because you have a broken switch? Sometimes you drop a wrench, it happens. So we offer a lot of those repair parts to our customers so they can also keep their products for longer and basically get a much greater return on their investment. I've had technicians tell me that they had jumper cables or booster cables that we made, 15, 20 years ago that they've handed off to their son, who is now in their business. So um, that longevity, that quality, we offer much longer warranties than most of our competitors. But beyond that, we offer the option where they can repair their product out of warranty. And that way it allows the customer to make that decision for what they want to do with their product and how they want to sustain it. So we're really looking for, that customer who's looking for a value product that is going to last a long time. We don't want the necessarily a weekend DIYer who really just needs an inexpensive charger for their weekend job. That's not necessarily probably the market for us. We're really looking for the professional technician who wants to make sure they're getting the job done right, whether they're doing a vehicle reflash, a battery change out with memory saver, or just charging a battery without overcharging it. Common misconception is that a lot of any battery can be charged with any charger. And, there is a certain level with things like AGM batteries, or what they call enhanced flooded batteries, which are a lot of the start-stop batteries. They require a different charging profile than your standard lead acid batteries. We also see lithium ion starting batteries in vehicles as well. Those require a different charging setting. And because we work with so many of these people, we were able to integrate this into our products very early on into the design process.
That's awesome. So can you tell me a little bit about some of your latest products then?
So a couple of our latest products, we have one that we integrated that really is more of a collision tool. We partner with another supplier to provide a battery registration tool. We think it's a really nice adder. A lot of people don't know. Another misconception is that there are some vehicles that when there's a collision or there's damage to the module, it freezes in memory where that battery was at. Well, the natural state of a battery is to discharge over time. So if your vehicle is in the shop getting repaired for a couple months, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, the vehicle thinks that the battery is whatever state it was at. If you change to a new battery, if you maybe have to recharge battery, you have to re-register that battery. And so there's a registration tool, works with the OEs. They download whatever the latest vehicles are that require it. Not all vehicles require it, but they are seeing more and more vehicles that do. And so you can help reprogram that module, and then the battery thinks it is, a new battery as opposed to this is my 2-year-old battery sitting in the vehicle. That kind. So that's one of the new products we had. The other one that we're really excited about is our IBC. That has been in the market for a couple of years now. It's a great fleet charger. We have quite a few fleets that have been very interested in it. We have a model that we do with 16.5-foot leads because they want to be able to charge their vehicles when they're up on the lifts. We also, with that charger, that is fully programmable, a lot of adjustments. So they have specific battery settings. They also have the ability, if there are shops that maybe want to lock out certain programmable aspects of it, where they can have it set to only one specific setting for one specific vehicle. So it has a wide range of applications as both a vehicle reflash programmer, a charging battery, charger for all types of batteries, and a memory saver. And that includes lithium ion 12-volt batteries, which a lot of chargers just don't have the capability. They will end up destroying those batteries because they charge at too high of a voltage and amperage for the battery to take the charge. And then our latest product that we're just getting out into the market is a 6021 AGM. And that is a combination of a load tester with our heavy duty 612 24-volt charger. So we really wanted to try and integrate a tester and a charger kind of on a more traditional market. And we're getting some really good feedback from that application. And basically what we did was took two products that we had that were existing and kind of put them together and made a baby. And that's our that's our new charger tester combo. So it's really kind of fun because we integrated our handheld tester technology into our charger technology to kind of make an integrated supply. So those are a few of the new products that we have coming out, and a lot of it goes to voice of the customer. What's the technician looking for, but also what are the battery manufacturers and the OEs doing with their electrical systems, batteries, and overall charging systems. So it's a really exciting time.
Well, I feel like that's definitely something where kind of a lot to take into consideration when you're looking at either updating a product or creating that new product, like you said, taking two and just making a baby. So, but it does sound like it's an exciting time in the industry. And, looking ahead, what are you seeing for the future of battery service tool?
Well, I think for us, we're seeing a definitely a resurgence in interest in U.S. made products. I mean, we have definitely, we've been making products in St. Louis, Missouri since the early 40s, and we are just really excited about the opportunity to provide our product to a wider market. For the future, what I see is, I'm seeing, continued growth in this 12-volt market. And in the future, we're seeing 48-volt electrical systems coming down the pike and kind of seeing how our company is going to evolve with the newer battery technologies. There's a lot of new technology, new exploration into battery materials. And that really serves some cool opportunities for different technologies because a lot of the lithium ion type technology and the current traction battery technology is very rare metals dependent. And that can be kind of risky as well. So I know that there's a lot of activity in designing and strategizing on newer battery technology. And so we're kind of in touch with what the companies are doing and seeing how they're going to hopefully apply that into the automotive market.
Yeah, it's definitely it'll be interesting to see as the industry keeps shifting and evolving where the battery goes, especially when you're thinking about the electric vehicle and how they are really trying to improve that so that, that charge is faster and longer and less likely to start on fire.
Yeah, everybody's looking for something that charges faster, that is more stable. And we see the progress in the market. Definitely you're seeing a more commonplace application. You see more of the cars that are around every day. And so I do think people are looking to adopt it. I think it's going to take some time, but I do think that consumers will look at that and look at their lifestyle and see where it fits.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Really fun chatting.
Thanks, Emily. I appreciate the time.